Okay, let's talk about AI prompts. Have you ever asked an AI for something only to get back a response that's, well, completely useless? You're not alone. But what if I told you the problem isn't the AI, it's the prompt? Today, we're going to dissect the anatomy of a perfect prompt. We're going to turn those vague requests into super precise commands that give you amazing results every single time. Let's dive in. Yes. This is the classic. Write a blog post about AI. We see this kind of prompt all the time. And look, it seems simple enough, right? But this one little sentence is the number one reason you get back that generic, bland, surface level content that, let's be honest, you can't really use for anything. This is exhibit A of what not to do. So why does a prompt like this just completely fall flat? Well, it's because you're forcing the AI to guess. It has to make a ton of assumptions. Like, who's this blog post for? What's the tone? Is it for beginners, experts? How long should it be? What angle am I supposed to take? When you don't give it any guardrails, it just defaults to the safest, most generic path it can find. Think about it like asking for directions. If you tell someone, just head north, that's not helpful. Do I walk? Do I drive? For how long? It's a terrible command. But if you say, drive north on Highway 101 for 3 miles, then take a right on Main Street, boom, you get exactly where you need to go. Precision is everything, and that's what we're going to build today. All right, so what's the fix? The big secret here is that it's not about writing a longer prompt. It's not about writing a whole novel for the AI. No, it's about having the right structure. We've actually broken this down into 6 key components that are going to completely change the game for you. And here they are. These are the magic 6: role, context, task, format, examples, and validation. Just think of these as your building blocks. You get these 6 things right, and I promise you, your AI outputs will go from meh to absolutely magnificent. So let's break down each one. First up, role. This is where you tell the AI who to be. This is so powerful. Don't just say, write some code. Tell it, you are a senior Python developer specializing in data engineering. That one simple change activates a whole library of specific knowledge, it sets the right tone, and it ensures the depth of the response is exactly what you need. Next is context. This is all about the why and who behind your request. Who is your audience? Are there any constraints, like things to avoid? What's the essential background info? Giving context, something like the target audience is non-technical startup founders, just gets rid of so much ambiguity. It stops the AI from giving you those generic one-size-fits-all answers. All right, component 3 is the task. This has to be crystal clear. You want to use strong, specific action verbs, words like analyze, create, or summarize. So instead of something vague like write about databases, you get specific. Write an 800-word blog post explaining the core principles of query optimization for SQL databases. See the difference? There's no guesswork left for the AI. Now for format. Oh man, this one is where you get an output that you can use immediately. Be explicit. Tell it you want the output in JSON or as Markdown with bullet points. Give it a word count. Define the tone. Is it formal, casual, funny? This step alone can save you literally hours of tedious reformatting and editing later. Okay, next up, examples. Sometimes showing is way more powerful than telling. If you need a very specific style or a certain pattern in the response, just give the AI 1, 2, maybe 3 examples of what you want. This technique is actually called few-shot learning, and it is incredibly powerful for teaching the AI the exact nuance you're looking for. And finally, we have validation. This is my favorite part. It's like giving the AI a quality control checklist for its own work. You can literally tell it, before you give me the answer, verify that all the code runs without errors and that all the facts you stated are verifiable. This encourages the AI to self-correct, which dramatically cuts down on mistakes and boosts the quality of the final output. Okay, theory is great. But let's actually see what this looks like in the real world. We're going to take that terrible, vague blog post prompt from the beginning, and we are going to rebuild it piece by piece, using our 6 components. Trust me, the difference is going to be absolutely staggering. So on the left, you see our old friend write a blog post about AI. And on the right, look at that, the new structured prompt. You can see it all there. A specific role for the AI, context about the audience, a really clear task, a defined format, and even validation criteria. It's just night and day. And the results? Well, they really do speak for themselves. The bad prompt gives you a generic 300-word summary that's basically unusable. The good prompt, on the other hand, delivers a 1,200-word, technically accurate, publication-ready article, complete with code examples, and it's tailored perfectly to the audience we specified. And we're not just talking about a little bit of an improvement here. When you apply the structure, you are looking at roughly a tenfold increase in the quality of the output. I mean, that's the difference between a rough first draft that you basically have to rewrite from scratch and a nearly finished product that just needs a few minor tweaks. So what does a 10x quality improvement actually mean in the real world? It means you get your time back, a lot of it. For just a single blog post, a well-structured prompt can easily save you 2 to 3 hours of painful editing, rewriting, and fact-checking. That is a massive return on investment for just a few extra minutes spent writing a good prompt.
So the big question is, how can you start using this right away? Well, we've put together a universal blueprint for you. This is your go-to template for building a perfect prompt for pretty much any task you can throw at an AI.
And here's the key trick to using the template effectively. Always, always start with the role and always end with the format and validation. Think of it this way. The role sets the stage right at the beginning, and the format constraints at the end act as a final guardrail. It just perfectly frames the entire request. And you can see here just how flexible this template is. The core structure, those 6 components, it stays the same whether you're asking for a piece of writing, some code, or a data analysis. You just swap out the specific details for each component to fit whatever you need. It's a truly universal tool. Whew, we have covered a lot of ground, so let's just boil this all down to the most important points. If you only remember 3 things from this whole explainer, please let it be these 3. First, every great prompt is built from those 6 components: role, context, task, format, examples, and validation. Got it? Second, structure matters way more than length. A short, sharp, well-structured prompt will beat a long, rambling one every single time. And third, test and iterate. Your first attempt is just a starting point, not the final product. Keep tweaking. So here's the bottom line. Crafting an amazing prompt isn't some kind of magic or dark art. It's a skill. It's an engineering process. Perfect prompts aren't born in a flash of genius. They are carefully, deliberately built, one component at a time. And now you have the blueprint to build them yourself.
And that brings us to your challenge. I want you to think about a prompt you've used recently, one that gave you a really disappointing result. Go back to it, apply these 6 components we talked about today, and just see the difference for yourself. So what prompt will you transform first?